My goal here is to hit 2,000 subscribers before the month of August, so if you do enjoy today's video or any ones you might have seen here in the past, please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching. Alright, so we're not going to watch this whole gameplay. Mostly what I want to focus on is my laning phase, because I think that it's improving a lot. And I know I said last video that this is mostly a fighting game channel. It's not going to switch to a League of Legends channel. It's just I think that a lot of things sort of cross-contaminate, right? A lot of the things that I preach about fighting games and how to learn them works in this game as well, and I think it's very interesting, and I want to explore it a little bit more. And you guys seem to like the video yesterday, so I have a lot of fun making it, and I wanted to try it again. But mostly what I want to focus on today is my laning phase. I haven't really gotten into a lot of micro and macro and you know, other things around the map. I want to focus on winning my lane first and foremost. And I understand that some matchups are not going to allow that. But if I can learn the fundamentals, right? There's fundamentals in fighting games and there's fundamentals in this game. And I would say the fundamentals of this game are things like trading, you know, wave management and stuff like that. You know, freezing the wave, trading, and prioritizing CS over like getting a little bit of damage on your opponent, not fighting in the minion wave, things like that. And then it gets a little more advanced, I've learned. So I watched a video yesterday, I think it's on like LoL Guides or something, and they were talking about things like zone of influence, you know, more general spacing guide. They were talking about tethering, which I think is very interesting. It sort of very much reminds me of playing neutral in Street Fighter. But basically you're like mirroring your opponent's movement, right? And you probably saw it at the beginning there. I was trying to do it a lot more. I was trying to sort of, whenever he walked back, I would walk forward, right? And then when he walked towards me, I'd walk back. And it's sort of keeping that distance and keeping your zone of influence around the opponent, sort of creating like a little Venn diagram. So at any point when he is a threat to you, you are also a threat to him. And your ideal spacing spacing per se is like being in your range to do damage, but not being in his range, which can be kind of hard for some characters I've found. I think characters that reach a little further than you sort of give me issues in that regard. For example, I played a Kayn. I played a Kayn top in the new game mode, the like ultimate spellbook thing, and I realized that if I'm playing that zone of influence range, his W goes further than anything, right? But if I'm in that zone, so let's say that Kayn is in W range and I'm on the outside of his little circle, or his zone of influence, right? I should really explain better what I mean by that. It's basically just like put a circle around your character for their auto attack, then put a circle around them for like their longest attack, I guess you would say. So that is like you're moving in and out of those zones to make sure that you can still do damage and trade effectively. But in that matchup, his W outranges anything. But if I'm playing far enough out, I only have to worry about dodging W. And that makes it a lot easier. You don't have to worry about him doing a Q or anything like that. Another very hard matchup, I think, is Renekton. He wins very hard early game. And winning lane against that, trying to use your fundamentals that you're learning, is very hard. I think that it's because he does a lot of damage early, obviously. But he also has CC in his kit. And he has like a lot of he can clear the lane very fast with his E if he gets both of them. But as far as this replay goes, I think I've killed him twice, and now I'm sort of recognizing how the wave is moving. So that's another big part of this replay that I wanted to cover. But you'll see there that I recognize that it was slow pushing towards me, so I kind of didn't want to mess with it, right? I didn't want to mess with it, and I realized that it would be shoving towards me. And then here I tried to implement something new, right? I learned a little bit more about freezing and how to freeze. So I counted my minions, right? I had 6, and I wanted to leave 7, I think, right? That would be ideal. But when you're this close to the tower, I think you need 3 more or something, right? That's like the rule. Is if you're in the middle of the lane, you need 1 extra minion on their side for it to freeze. And then the closer you get to your tower, the more minions you need on their side to freeze it. And you need to have your minions at a disadvantage. And that I didn't account for that there. That's why it didn't work, because I did have enough minions to like freeze or at least get it to slower push into my tower. But then I started like spam clearing it because I thought that I needed to clear more than I did. You can see here, let me open the minimap. So he backed, and I want to shove it under tower, right? I want to shove it under tower so he misses a bunch of minions, and then I can roam mid. That's another thing that I'm trying to do a lot more of, is roam around the map. I know top lane, it sort of feels like an island, but this character feels very effective like when I can go mid or when and get like a pick or something, or you know, even run bot or TP bot, I'm trying to be more aware of the map and like when I can roam. I sort of like when I was playing before, I sort of just accepted that top lane is an island and I don't have to leave. But I don't think that's the case. I think you should roam mid if you can and get that kill, especially in the tank matchups, right? I think we get I think we lose this fight. But in the sort of like if you're playing against tanks, on Riven especially, I have a lot of trouble fighting them because I can't kill them by myself. I need my jungler. So my game plan now is I want to shove as far into their tower as possible and then roam mid. Or roam into their jungle or like get scuttle or something, you know? I would say the fastest way to improve at this game so far for me has just been watching my replays like I do in fighting games. Just going back and downloading them, and even if you lose, watching whatever aspect of the game you're trying to improve at, whether it's like laning phase or whatever it may be, seems like the most effective way for me to learn. But of course we all learn differently, so maybe just playing the game helps you learn faster, or watching YouTube videos. So again, let me open up the map again, and I walked right past Viego just now. If you saw his little thing on the ground, and I thought he was doing blue buff, but we can see here that they were doing Rift Herald the whole time, or he had crossed at some point when I was running back to lane, and I should have warded it or been more aware of that situation, I think. And here I'm TPing down to drag, but you can see this is where my macro starts to fail me, right? The fight is already lost, and now I've wasted TP, and I think the wave is in an okay place. I'm looking back up top lane. I think I left the wave in an alright place, but then I screw up again, right? I overestimate my power, and you'll see I play very timid a lot of the time, you know? I don't understand the power level of my character quite yet, so when I'm strong, I don't take fights. But like right here, I thought I could maybe get on Vayne and kill her, and then I just get stunned by Pantheon and die because Pantheon is a support now for some reason, and and he one-shots me, so that kind of sucked. So you'll see here that Silas came top and, you know, started fighting me and Nasus under his tower. Nasus takes a ton of damage, and I'm sort of at that spot again where I don't understand how powerful I am, and I don't know how much power I have. Because the new items, they're new to me. I know they've been around for a while. But the newer items I don't really understand. Not that I understand the old items very well, but I definitely don't understand these. And it's a little hard to gauge my power. So I sort of let him get a lot of free damage, and I let him bully me around, and I give up a lot of CS for no reason, really. Right here, I think I could have just re-engaged on him and killed him. And then, unfortunately, I think I get pulled up on by, yeah, Wukong and Viego. And I take the kill on Silas, so to me it's a little bit worth it. But I know that Viego scales, I think, pretty hard. And then Wukong is sort of trying to get back into the game. So probably not my best move. I should have paid more attention to the map. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for laning phase. You'll see he takes my tier 1, and then I end up taking his tier 1 right back. And we sort of start moving around the map a lot more. So yeah, basically all I wanted to say was that this is like the fastest way for me to improve in fighting games, and I think that I can use it here too. And I think that replays are pretty powerful, even if you're only trying to look at certain parts of your game. You don't have to watch your whole like 30-minute VOD back, but being able to skip through it and use a spectator client is really nice. You know, Street Fighter V doesn't have such a robust client that lets you have a lot of these features that are on this game, and you can use them to your advantage. I think that's going to be all for me today. I really just wanted to show off how I'm improving at the game. Like I said, I've played this game for a long time. I've just never really taken it seriously, right? At some point, I told myself that I was never going to be good at this game, so I kind of just played for fun and like gave up. But now that I've played Street Fighter for a long time, or I've played Street Fighter for like 2 years, a year and a half now, and I was able to get to a decent rank. I feel like coming back to this game and getting to the rank that I wanted is possible now, you know? I've always been stuck like plat. I peaked plat in this game a long time ago playing jungle Hecarim, and when I finally hit diamond in Street Fighter, that sort of gave me like a confidence boost in a lot of aspects of you know, video games and life, whatever it may be. But it sort of just showed me that if I can hit a goal, if I set it, no matter how much grinding and you know how hard it is, I can probably do it. So I want to try to get on this game, and I'll probably be documenting it here and there on the channel, as well as some more Guilty Gear Strive stuff. So stick around, and if you enjoyed this video or any ones that you've seen here in the past, consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching.